Alright, this time I have a lamp that sits by my bed, and my wife has one just like it, and it has a USB port on it, and the USB port quit working on mine. So I peeled this cover off the bottom. It's just kind of sticky, and this circuit board was in this little box here, and it smells really burnt. And if you look on the bottom, there is a diode that's burnt. Oh, where is it? Right here. Let me get something to point with. Right there. And that IC beside it may be burnt too. And there's a resistor that looks like it might be burnt. So maybe it's worth fixing, maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to play with it and see. Okay, so here is the little board in all of its glory. And it's kind of been sitting on my desk for a couple of months. Oh, you got to have hot coffee when you're going to do stuff with electronics. And I don't think I'm going to attempt to even fix it. And it's definitely got some problems. When you look at it under magnification, you can really see this IC. I was able to get a number off of and actually found it for sale, and it was even advertised or as being for lamps. So that's kind of strange, but I couldn't find any information about it, and it was a very shady Chinese website, and it was going to be like $15. And when you look at the rest of the board, you can kind of see that it probably wouldn't be a smart idea to try to repair this. I don't want my house to burn down because I tried to repair a USB charger for my stupid $15 IKEA lamp. So at this point, it's just kind of more of what can I learn from it. And I've looked at it to try to figure out how it works, and I admit I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe this was like a buck converter, or is it like a flyback converter thing? I don't know how it works. I really don't. Uh, so there's a transformer, and then you can see where the hot and cold's separated on the board here, and then you've got um, three ICs. I'm gonna get you in a little bit closer so we can see it in. We can see this in just a little bit more detail. Yeah, so we've got this IC, which I don't think I was able to find anything on those numbers when I looked it up. I couldn't find anything at all. Um, so yeah, if maybe somebody knows like what that number on that IC means. And then also, I mean, this is the on the cold side of the board. Everything over here, this is the hot side. So I'll flip it over slow so you can kind of see transformer. And then here's where the power comes in. And then this is the cold side, and these are the wires that go to the USB port that would plug in here. So yeah, I don't know it's, yeah, 6.3 volt capacitor, so this is definitely the cold side. But I have no idea how it works. This might have something to do with the USB. And this has something to do with the actual voltage, or maybe it has something to do with changing the AC to DC, I would think. And then there's this, which maybe some type of a MOSFET or switching device or something. I really don't know. And there's quite a bit of other damaged components. You can see that resistor looks in pretty bad shape right there. I mean, these don't necessarily, they do look like they got hot. I mean, this whole area looks like it got pretty hot. But then there's some goo here. That looks like flux that was never cleaned up, is what that looks like. And I don't know what these are here. I don't know what those components are. Those two, maybe it's some type of resistor or some type of diode. I don't know. But yeah, to make it more interesting, so I was thinking, since I couldn't fix it, maybe I can just pull some of these components off and we could test them. Specifically interested, is the transformer shorted? And since it's in circuit and I don't have any, it's be really hard to follow these traces around and figure everything out, what's in parallel with it. I think it would be better just to pull this stuff off. Well, I'm pretty much out of solder wick right now, so I'm thinking about using my hot air to remove these through hole components, which I think it should be doable, because I'm not going to put anything back together. So I think I'll just heat them up and try to pluck them off with some pliers, and we'll see if we can test anything that way. I'm curious, can we get some of those components off with just hot air? I'm going to turn my hot air up quite a bit because I don't think we're really worried about screwing anything up. I don't think we can. Okay, I think I'll turn the airspeed up too. Normally I keep my airspeed down pretty darn low, because I don't want to get you in here where you can see the. We'll just get it warmed up before we start trying to yank on anything. Alright. I'm going to start trying to pull on it. Let's just see if that transformer will come off. Oh, it's coming out of the vise. Can't be too hot. I got it clamped down better. It can't be too hot yet because I don't see those surface mount components going anywhere yet. So yeah, I think the solders. This might actually work. Oh. Well, did we destroy the transformer? That is hot. Yeah, that is really hot. Oh, I think it did come unsoldered. Well, yeah, I see. It had that one leg on this one side. That was. I'm thinking I'm just going to cut that. Ow. Huh? Yeah. Okay, we'll get the multimeter on him in a second. Let's see. I'm just kind of curious about this taking these components off with the hot air. I mean, again, if you were wanting to keep this stuff, I think it would be a very good idea. But wonder if we can if those capacitors would come off if we just yanked on them a little bit after we get it hot again. They should theoretically come off easier, right? No, something fell off. Okay, that one came off. We'll let him cool. He's probably got way hotter than he needed to, but you know. You can tell the board got hot because it just, wow, it deformed a little. Well, maybe not. But okay, that one came off. It went flying. And the surface mount one, he's still hanging on. Oh, you're not escaping that easy, buddy. He should just theoretically fall off. I guess I would have to get the heat on this side, wouldn't I? And I know this is lead-free solder, so it's probably one reason why it's hanging on so good despite this hot air. There we go. So yeah, that works. I guess if you don't care whether you destroy something or not. Definitely, I don't think I would want to use that as a strategy for stuff I wanted to keep. And the stuff on the bottom, how much of that came off? Yeah, most of it's still pretty much there, which is kind of mind blowing to me because it got so hot that you would think that since the board started to deform that stuff would have just fell off on the bottom, and it didn't. But that's lead-free solder for you. That stuff is wicked. It's hard to melt, and I had this as high as it'll go. I had it on 480. So I'll get my component tester and my multimeter, and we'll look at those components and see what we can find. Transformer does not seem to be shorted, so I've got you can see just a alligator clip there, so I don't have to hold it, and it doesn't matter which one of these pins I go to. I've tried them all. I don't get any continuity, even on that one that was broken there, so I don't guess it was shorted. not knowing any more about this, let's try it this way. Nothing. Well, I would expect to get some continuity between. Well, from those two outer, yeah, those are the same wire, I suppose. So, and those two must be in the middle, probably, are the same wire. Yeah, so I don't think it was shorted. So something else must have gone wrong. Let's check those capacitors. The leads are really short on them, so I don't know how well they're going to go in my component tester. Maybe, yeah, not not at all, really. I'm going to have to get another alligator clip. That one, hard to hold everything. Testing 9.2 microfarads with quite a bit of ESR. And it is supposed to be, I don't know, look kind of big for a 10. Ah, it's a 10. Ah, it's, I see. It's no wonder why it's so big. It's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a 400 volt, so that's why. So it does, I guess, I don't know if being that high voltage, it would just kind of naturally have a little bit more ESR or not. I don't generally work with too many capacitors that have ESR that high, and I don't know where the other capacitor went to, so we may not be testing him. He may have rolled across the floor or something, and I don't think I want to bother trying to test him. Well, I guess that's about all the fun we can have with this, within reason anyway. I hate that I couldn't fix it, but hopefully, hey, I really hope that one of y'all actually know how the thing works or can tell me what kind of circuit it is so I can go look it up and study it, because I've always had a fetish for power supply circuits. All right, well, the Code Slinger will see you all in the next one.